I am not sure how far I'm going to get with this audio. I'm not even sure what I want to talk about. I'm not even sure why I even connected the mic to say something on the mic, or to say something on this podcast, being it a podcast, being it just an audio, which I'm not sure where it's going to end. But I just had the strongest urge to connect the mic and say something. Sometimes we just have to learn to follow that edge, and learn to follow our instincts, and learn to follow that voice, that still small voice that says, take out the pen and write, or take out take out your video and put it on and say something, or take out a mic and connect like I'm doing and say something. I'm absolutely not sure what this is about, but I believe maybe it could turn into magic. I mean, I've had this strongest urge since I woke up this morning to say, connect the mic and say something. I usually communicate on video, or sometimes I communicate through text on WhatsApp, or even on Facebook. I've never done this kind of thing. But at the moment, I'm just respecting, or I am just following instinct, or just obeying that thing that says, connect the mic and say something. Maybe it's to help someone out there that might need the message that I'm about to say now. Or maybe it's a message that I need too. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's a message that I might need later. It could be a message that someone, maybe my kid, might need later. I am not sure. This is me basically following my instincts to say, create something, do something, say something, take something out there for someone to hear. So if you're out there and you are waiting in anticipation on what I'm about to say, you and I are on the same boat. I'm also waiting in anticipation on what is about to be said right now. And I can't wait to hear what's about to be said, because it might just be what I need. I suppose it's because I've been having one of those days, where you don't want to do something. You just want to relax, refresh, reflect, and I wouldn't say planning, because planning requires a bit of work. So it was one of those days. Today was one of those days where I woke up early in the morning. I think at about 4 I was already up, and the only productive thing I did really was to fix my bed, tidy up the kitchen, tidy up the bed, and tidy up my room. And I did go out to get my license, which I applied for in August. And I just came back. I already had 2 meals. And in between the 2 meals, I have done absolutely nothing. But throughout the day, I've been having this urge to say, do something, say something, create something. And it must be in a form of audio. And as I'm creating this, I don't even know where it's even going to end up. Is it going to end up on YouTube? Is it going to end up as a podcast on Spotify or any of the podcast platforms? Is it going to end up on, I'm not even sure if Facebook has got a platform where you can only send audio, but I'm just following instincts. And like I'm saying, I suppose it's that deep thing that as human beings, we are here on earth to co-create, or to create this world, and to replenish, and to get something that's in us. We need to leave it here, because when we came to this earth, we all came with something in us. Every one of us came with something in us. You might look at a person and they look like they've got nothing to give, or they've got nothing to contribute to this world, or it looks like they are just here to consume and do nothing. Even that person came on this side of the earth to give something. And maybe some of us are afraid of that, to tap into that side of us where we deliver. And it mostly comes from the fear of what will people say. That's number one. And it comes from what I call or what it's generally called the what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, what will people say? The fear of I'm not big enough to do this. I am not. I'm not big enough. I cannot be the one that actually says this, or it cannot come from me, or I cannot be the one that creates this. Have you ever had an urge to do something, or has seen a need? Say a need. You are somewhere in a shop, or you are driving and you're like, hey, I wish someone can put a stall for fruits here. That in itself is an instinct to say you should find a plan to put a fruit stall here. That in itself is that still small voice that lives inside you that says you are supposed to create. And at that time, when you feel like, I wish someone could put a food stall here, that voice came to you, or that instinct came to you, or that urge came to you to put something. So you better put something there. And most of the times we think there is someone out there that is supposed to do it. It cannot be me. There is someone out there that must be a genius enough to do this. It cannot be me. And let me tell you, it doesn't take genius. All it takes is the willingness to obey, the willingness to follow your instinct, the willingness to follow your gut. Sometimes it's called a gut feeling, to say, you feel it and you know that it's got to be done. And at that time, because it came to you, maybe you are the one that is supposed to do it. If you've got an idea, sometimes we get ideas and we think, this idea could be great. This idea could really change the world. This idea could really move the world forward. And you ask yourself, and you sit around and wait for someone to implement that idea, or for someone else to get that idea and to implement it. And trust me, ideas are from the spiritual realm. And if you didn't act on that idea, it will move. It will go somewhere else, and it will. Someone will catch the spirit of the idea and move forward with it and do something out of it. And you would say, oh, I thought about that 2 months ago. I thought about that 3 months ago. Oh, remember you and I spoke about that the other day. And it's because you didn't act on it. And because you didn't act on it, the idea moved. Because when the idea needs to be manifested, it will go out there and knock on every door to say, I need to be manifested. And that door could be you. You could be the doorway. And if you delay on implementing that idea, or on catching the spirit of the idea and running with it, if you delay, you might just be delaying the manifestation of that idea. You might just be delaying the whole world. You might just be delaying someone who needs that idea to be implemented so much so that they can get or go to the next level of your life. Because that's how life works, right? You would get this idea and build something out of that idea, and based on that, someone will take it further. I'll give you an example. See, back in the days, nobody knew about wheels, and people were laboring. Took a lot of their energy to labor and do to achieve certain purposes, until someone invented a wheel. And from the invention of the wheel, labor became less. people were more efficient. People were able to do much more than they could do with just a sheer physical strength. Now, the idea of wheels took people, got someone to think about, hey, what if we form a housing of some sort and take these wheels and put them on there and hoist them on a horse? That would really move us forward in terms of transportation. Based on the idea of wheels, now there were horse carts. And I suppose farming became better as well. Oh, what if we could take this and hoist it on a cow and let the cow pull it? And now farming was much easier. Based on that, later on, we find that there were cars, steam steam engines and trains, right? And as the world moved along, as the world progressed, as economies progressed, and as the world got better, someone else built on that idea to say, hey, we could actually come up with a car based on this. And there were cars. And based on that idea, there were bicycles. And based on that idea, now we are flying the world. I mean, you can move from South Africa to America in about 16 hours, something that was not possible back in the days. But you see, it was from that initial idea of a wheel. So if you get an idea and don't implement it, you might be holding the whole world back, because based on that idea that you have in your mind, that needs to be created, that needs to be implemented, because you are not acting on it, you are delaying the whole world, because someone could have built on that idea to build something else. The idea of computers, wherever they started, I'm not sure where they started. I suppose I need to do my research on this one, how they started and where they started. I mean, my research goes back up to Bill Gates, but I'm sure he's not the first one to get us there. Bill Gates just built on someone else's idea. Steve Jobs built on someone else's idea to come up with what is the Apple computer? The Apple computer, to come up with the Apple computer. And based on that, the world has moved where now we have our computers in our pockets. And based on that idea, now we've got AI, artificial intelligence. I mean, I was stunned. I think about 2 weeks ago, someone introduced me to, I think it's called Chat AI. I think that's what the app is called. I downloaded it now recently. Just not sure what it's called, but I think it's called Chat AI. And I think the point I'm trying to illustrate here is that it's Chat GPT. Just if you have the time, please go and download that thing, sign in, create an account. It is amazing. It is just it turns a computer into almost a human being, where you can ask it any question, you can ask it to write you an essay, you can ask it anything, and it will bring you an answer. And I think this is the next thing that's really going to revolutionize our world. It's going to take our world to the next level. I suspect Google will probably want to buy them very soon, because if Google doesn't buy them very soon, trust me, they are going to take over what Google is doing. When we used to say you are Googling something, before you know it, very soon we will be saying, hey, just go check it up on Chat GPT, because that thing is amazing. It's got so many answers. So let me give you an example. You Google something and you get 7,000 answers or possible answers. And sometimes you have to be clear on what you're looking for to find exactly what you're looking for. And it sort of makes it difficult to do your research and to even navigate through some of the stuff that you want. If you go to this thing, ChatGPT, it is amazing. Like, you type in something and it will give you an answer. I mean, yesterday alone, I said, I want to write a book on productivity. Not sorry, I want to write a book on strategy, on vision, strategy, and implementation. Vision, strategy, and implementation. How could I break down my chapters? And it gave me ideas on how could I break down my chapters. And I said, wow, this is beautiful. So to check how, if this thing really can think like almost a man or like a human being, I've got a book on elite productivity. I said, okay, I want to write a book on elite productivity. How should I break it down? And the way it broke the chapters down, it's almost the same way that I broke it down. So it's very close to how a human being would think. So based on this, I think this world is going to change. Our education as we know it now is going to change. A lot of things are going to. Business as we know it now is going to change. The other day I typed on it, how do I write a business proposal? And it gave me steps. This is how you write your business proposal. Let's go back to my initial point. The initial point here was someone started a computer back in the days and had to learn the coding language and taught us the coding language and how it works. And eventually we got to a point where to operate a computer, you don't even need to understand the coding language. All you need is just this software. It's called Windows. You click here, you click here, you click here, you type here, and this is what you get. And based on that idea, this is where we are right now. I mean, there was Google, there was YouTube, there were cell phones, there were many other things based on that one idea, and then it has brought us this far. So one idea can really metamorphose, if there is such a word, to many other ideas. Just that one idea can grow into many other things that make this world operate, or that this world can benefit from. So again, I'm going back to my initial thought that if you've got an idea and if you've got that hunch, or if sometimes we call it a gut feeling, sometimes we call it a hunch, sometimes we call it some other people call it a still small voice, to do something, do it at that time. Don't wait, because that idea came to you at that time. You better use it, or you better implement it. You might not be that person that benefits from that idea, but a lot of people will benefit from that idea just because you followed your voice, that still small voice. You followed your hunch. You followed your instinct. I'm not sure why I have to say this. Maybe you've got an idea in your mind that you've been toying with, and you've been wondering why hasn't someone implemented this, or why hasn't someone done something about this. That someone is you. That someone is definitely you. You better go out there and if you need to research, go out there and do the research. If you need to ask questions, if you need to ask people to help you, go out there and ask people to help you with implementing it. If you need to get a mentor or get a coach, go out there and get a coach. But that idea came to you, you better implement it. You better do it. I'll give you another example. Back in 2018, I had a strangest thing happen to me. I woke up, I think in the middle of the night. It must have been about 2 a.m. And from 2 a.m. till about 7 o'clock a.m., I couldn't go to bed. I couldn't go back to sleep, because there was this idea that came in like a rush. It really came in like a rush into my mind, and it just occupied my mind. I couldn't think about anything else but that idea throughout those hours. It was an idea on creating a platform for entrepreneurs, for professionals, for young people, where they could easily and quickly access mentors, because people don't grow up with mentors, or some people don't know where to find mentors. Then that we were going to have these mentors in this platform, and we would find ways into connecting people with mentors, and even find ways to measure their progress and hold them accountable, hold the mentor and the mentee accountable. It was a whole idea that I had in my mind. I contacted a few people immediately, and we were going to run with that idea. I think for about 3 months we put up a Facebook page, Mentor Finder. If you go on Facebook, you'll find that Facebook page. I kid you not, within a month, or within 4 weeks or something like that, that Facebook page had grown to about 5,000 likes. I think as we speak right now, it's got 7,000 people following it. I kid you not. We started we opened a website, and I think we got caught up with the administration part of doing the business, and eventually we didn't follow through and went ahead and did it. But remember, that was the idea that came to me, and because I delayed in implementing and executing and got caught up on the administration side of doing things, before I know it, there are many platforms today which are using the similar idea. Maybe they're not implementing it the way I would have, but there are many platforms where you can access mentors. Some you pay, some are free, but they are there. So that idea was at the right time of that idea, and it came to me. And because I didn't act on it, that idea moved along, and someone acted on it. There's many other platforms that you can look for. Just go online and just type in looking for a mentor, or platforms to get a mentor. You'll find a lot of them that will be listed there for you. So those are some of the things that when I look back in my life, I like, if I had acted on that, I'm sure that could have brought something. So I'm talking to you right now who feels that urge, who feels that rush, who has that one thing that you are constantly thinking about, and it doesn't go away. Every day you are thinking about it. It is something that you must bring to pass. It is something that you must implement. It is something that you must create, because we really came to this earth to co-create it, right? We found it. I mean, back if you read the Bible, they say the word was without form or void, and now God started talking or speaking things into existence. And after speaking things into existence, he said, but there was no man to till the ground. So even the things that God spoke into existence, and as yet God said it was beautiful, but God still said, let me get man to till the ground. And after he created the man, he said, replenish. He said, replenish the earth. Produce and replenish the earth. So your whole duty of being here is to continue to co-create with God, co-create. Some people believe in the universe, co-create with the universe, co-create with other people, so that this world can move forward. I urge you, I really urge you from the bottom of my heart right now, you are the one. You are the one that's going to bring that idea to fruition. You are the one that's going to bring that idea to pass. Work on it. I hope I've done my part right now, because I've had this urge since the morning to say, create an audio that says this. And here am I. Maybe it was for you. And if it was for you, I'm sure you can feel that burning in the gut that says, this message is for me. May you act on it. And may you act on it not tomorrow, not next week, not someday. Someday doesn't exist. Act on it right now. Right now, if you need to write something down, write a plan. do it right now. If you need to give a call to someone, do it right now. If you need to talk to someone about it right now, talk to someone about it and bounce ideas right now. Because there's nothing that it is as powerful as right now. It is your time. It is your idea. It is supposed to be your creation. You better create it so that this whole world may move forward. Thank you for listening to me up until now. I hope I'll be doing more of these. I'm not sure where this is going. It's just the urge that I had right now, and I had to do it, and I did it. I'm not even sure where this is going to end up, but I hope it's going to end up where it's supposed to end up, by you doing something about it. If this is on my YouTube channel, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button, and you hit the notification button, and obviously please like it. And besides that, make sure that it's shared with as many people as possible, because someone out there, someone in your contact, someone in your some of your relatives, someone in your at work, or any of your associates might need it. Please share it with them. And if it's on a podcast, please make sure that you follow this podcast and share this podcast with as many people as you can. It might be it might be a message that someone needs at this moment to take their life to the next level, or to take this world to the next level, or to introduce another revolution, because revolutions are introduced through voices. Ooh, that came fresh. First time I hear what I just said now. But yeah, please take it around, share it as much as you can, and you may contact me for any coaching, or for any of my workshops that I do. Any coaching, any of my workshops that I do, or any of my webinars that I do, you may contact me at booking, or even get me for as a keynote speaker, whether in your company, maybe whether in your organization. You can email me at booking@bekisisangomane.co.za, or you may just get me on my Gmail address at ngomaneb@gmail.com. On Facebook, you'll find me as Bekisisa Ngomane. Doesn't change. On TikTok, Bekisisa Ngomane. On Twitter, you'll find me at Becky80, at Becky80. I think I'm giving away my age. LinkedIn, find me at Bekisisa Ngomane. Looking forward to hearing from you. I'm looking forward to working with you very soon on whatever it is that you need to bring to fruition. Remember, nothing less than your very best is acceptable. And if you are not satisfied with your very best, there is always an option to improve your very best. From me to you right now, bye-bye.